What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive, and as promised, here with our, let's call it the history of OneHive video. I've got a couple really special guests here. These are OGs. These are guys that were here day one. Two guests, one Milanese and the other Scarecrow. What's going on, guys? So glad to have y'all here.
Hey, Jake, it's Kyle Milanese here. I'm pretty stoked to be on the OneHive show. Been watching all your videos, obviously, since day one.
You bet, man.
Yeah.
Scare, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. It's good to be here, man. We've been kind of been wanting to do this little documentary for a while now. A lot of people want to know the history of OneHive, so it's actually kind of fun to get this going and see how it goes.
Definitely, and I want to give a shout out to Black Bolt. He was a pretty new member. He's been with us for a while now, but it was sort of his idea. He was interested in it, so it sort of spurred us along to start talking about it and maybe trying to figure out how to do it, and if there was interest in it. And then I had a guy from 2.0 send me a message saying, "Hey, would you do something like this?" And I was like, "Dude, it's already in the works." So I'm excited as well. I think hopefully the OneHive family, I think, will definitely enjoy it, and hopefully maybe some other people out there will enjoy it as well. But more or less, it's for us. We're trying to commemorate this milestone of 100 wins, and just to look back and see the journey that has taken place to get here. So if you guys want to, Mill, you can get us started. Talk to us about what the game was like for you before Clan Wars ever came about. Where were you? What were you doing in the game? How did you play the game?
Man, okay, so that's a funny thing. So I was, just casually playing. A bunch of my buddies in real life play the game as well, pretty casually. And I don't know. Once I heard that Clan Wars was going to be coming about, I got much more interested in the game, and trying to see like how I could competitively play and what army comps I could use. And I was still pretty new at the game. I was just scouring the forums, the Supercell forums, and I would bounce into a clan and just try to find one that I fit in, and I couldn't really find any. Most clans are just riddled with pretty young, immature players, which isn't a totally bad thing if you're young and immature too. But I like to think I was trying to be a little more serious about things. And so I came across Buffalo Raiders, which was awesome. They were run by, basically their co-leader was running the clan at the time. His name was Deathwish, and he was, I've never seen a clan leader like that before. How serious he had everything. He just had his whole clan really into it, and it was really awesome. So yeah, it's basically where my Clash of Clans really started, was there at Buffalo Raiders. That was before Clan Wars too.
Right, and Scarecrow, you as well were in Buffalo Raiders, were you not?
Yeah, I was in Buffalo Raiders probably a few weeks before Clan Wars started.
Yeah. Was it the same type of thing for you? Were you bouncing around trying to find a home? Did you just farm? Because to me, the game beforehand, I liked it because it was so new, but it was I could tell I was on a trajectory that the game would probably have been far long gone over for me had it not been for Clan Wars. Is that the same for you guys?
For sure, yeah.
For me, it was actually going downhill pretty quick for me, because I did a little bouncing around when I first started the game, and I was lucky enough that Buffalo Raiders accepted me. The only reason why I even initially stayed with them was because they had like a really high-powered Town Hall 10 who was the leader. His name was Oh No Buffalo.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, sweet, I get to get some awesome donations in my CC and like get to play with cool stuff now.
Right, yeah.
But it started getting slow because, farming and stuff was okay, but once Clan Wars came out, that's when it got really intense, and everything got really structured and more.
Right, and I bet you guys went through the same thing. To me, it was like before Clan Wars, if you had an active member, basically if he was online, donated, he was a good member. And all of a sudden, in a day, that changed. All of a sudden, whoa, this guy sucks. He's active, he donates, but he can't attack for shit. Did y'all experience that?
Oh, so much of that, man.
Yeah.
And that's the awesome thing is actually, even in Buffalo Riders, before Clan Wars even happened, I would find myself just cooking up expensive armies just to practice for Clan Wars, man. And there were people sharing their replays a lot, and even then, man, a lot of the people in there were so bad. It was really scary. I mean, everyone farmed, like you said. No one was really going for stars, and
Yeah.
it was a very scary sight.
Yeah, it changed the game for sure. So tell me about Scarecrow. Tell me about, you were only there for a short time, when the decision. How did it start? How did the rumbling start of, hey, we want something different than this?
The big problem was with Buffalo Raiders. The leader of that clan was Oh No Buffalo, so he had all the control over it. But Death Wish was the one that was actually coordinating everything, making sure that people weren't taking other people's bases and we were claiming and everything like that. And it got to a point where Oh No Buffalo got a little inactive, and it started frustrating him and the rest of us because he was the biggest power in the clan, and he wasn't even using his attacks, let alone using good attacks.
Right.
And at that point, we couldn't kick him or do anything like that because he was the leader. So Death Wish started asking around to different people in the clan, myself and Milanese and stuff, and saying, hey, we want to break off and create an actual hardcore clan war clan from there. And that's how OneHive started.
And Mill, I'm assuming you were in on the talking, that planning as well, being there for even longer.
Yeah, so Death Wish and I were actually in communication on Facebook, just kind of assessing the situation we had in Buffalo Raiders. And it was funny because the most inactive people in Buffalo Raiders was the management. All the co-leaders, the elders, and even the main leader were just completely inactive, which was pretty sad because there was a lot of them, and they were all the highest level people in the clan. So yeah, it was just a waste. So me and Death Wish, and as well as like Scare said, there was a lot of people in on it, and that move was epic, man. Literally, we won our fourth war, and right then and there, we all said our goodbyes, and within seconds, OneHive had 30 members.
Peace out.
It was awesome.
Well, that's awesome. That's a good way to talk about this. Tell me, is there any other members that are at least still in the OneHive family that were involved in that transition that are what I would call OGs?
Like people that are still in the clan today?
Right. Or 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, just still around in the OneHive family.
Off the top of my head, I know Papiosa was one of the ones that came over in the transition.
I need to look really quick. I know Poppy for sure, yes. Dan the Ham.
Dan, yeah.
He's been around. Oh, man. It's funny that you say that because now that I look at that, man, so many people have come and gone. It's insane.
Yeah.
And I'm not too familiar with 2.0 either, so I don't know who over there is.
What about Nemo? It was Nemo.
Nemo was for sure in Buffalo Raiders as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say me, Dan, Poppy, and Scare
Cool.
are pretty much all we've got.
Well, hey, man, it's people don't realize that the grind is real, and it really is a grind. The war in, war out thing. We've had so many people. I've had some viewers that say, "Man, can I get in?" I sort of pull a few strings, give them a chance, and in no time they realize it's too much. They're not cut out for this, or they don't have the time for it. So it's
exactly.
People fall off. It happens. Just the way it goes.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that. It happens to even people who we still have in the clan. That's the point of our 3.0 we have, is we have so many people who, I'm not going to say that they're gone forever, but you need a break every now and then from this game, especially at the high end that we play at OneHive. There's a lot of planning that goes into every single attack. It can burn you out, especially if you've got a lot going on,
Yeah, for sure. I think everybody at some point or other is taking a break. Scare, you took a little break. I think you went and got married on us, didn't you?
Married?
Oh, was it not you that got married? Sorry. But
no. I went to Mexico for a week, and I'm.
That's right. You went.
Now I'm hero pushing.
No, someone did get married. I don't remember who exactly, but I know I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, but people.
I don't remember who.
People take breaks. They just it's taxing. It really is, and people have lives, and it's something that people don't realize that. You don't get to just build your army, log on. Oh, that was fun, and log off. That's not the way it works.
No.
So that's what you guys were looking for, though. Y'all wanted that, and so when you split off to make OneHive, it was like, okay, here it is. Now tell us about the early days. How was it structured? Who was in charge? Who ran the show there?
So basically, the people that was when Death Wish was still running things for a short while. I won't say he ran things for too long. I think that's when it split into kind of a big set of leaders where all the co-leaders were basically the ones, setting up attacks, giving advice and whatnot. we had our website because of Nemo as well. Shout out to Nemo for that, because that helped a ton. So all the co-leaders were just moderating the website, making sure everyone was claiming bases, and it's still that way today for sure.
Well, Scare, were you now? You were early on in Buffalo, so did you come in as a member in OneHive? Mill, were you a elder leader? What was y'all's positions coming in?
When I came over as a member. I actually was still a Town Hall 6 at that time when we created OneHive. So I was like the real low man on the totem pole.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a whole lot of input to say on a lot of the attacks and stuff like that. I just recently got my Town Hall 9.
Yeah.
So even to this day, it's been tough for me to provide a lot of input on a lot of the Go Wee-Wees and Go Wipes and stuff like that were coming out back then. So I was just a member for quite a while until Death Wish or somebody was like, well, hell, Scare's been here forever. He should be an elder.
Right, because you've been there since the founding. So, Mill, did you come in as elder, co-leader? Where were you at in that situation?
I came in as a co-leader.
Okay.
Death Wish promoted me as a co-leader just because, I myself at least gemmed up some nice stuff. Right when Clan Wars came out, I knew I wanted to play high level.
Right.
So I had some nice troops that I guess he liked, and I had some good advice because I was watching so many Go Wipe videos, and that was basically my thing back then. It was just trying to help other people grow and get more proficient on their attacks.
Well, how were the attacks back then? Were y'all? I know that was obviously pre. So was it y'all a bunch of hog experts? Is that what we were looking at that point?
Yeah, that was before the big update that nerfed the hogs.
Right.
Hogs were huge back then.
Yeah.
Yep.
All of the Town Hall 9s and a lot of the Town Hall 8s were big hoggers.
Yeah, I would say hogging and Go Wipe for sure were the things to do.
Yeah, see, I was a Town Hall 8 back in those days, well, from Town Hall 7 to 8, probably around the time y'all were doing that. And I remember being able to attack up, like, when I joined 2.0, I would attack up 15, sometimes 20 spots as a Town Hall 8 and take out a Town Hall 9. It was awesome. It was epic. But I guess it was kind of silly.
Yeah, for sure. And another thing I want to touch base on is I see a lot of people asking how to get their clans to perform at the level that OneHive performs on. And it's not an easy task for sure. It takes a lot of loss basically to get to where we've gotten. Yeah. We've had a lot of downs, not so many downs as in losses as far as wars go. But we've lost so many people.
Oh yeah.
On this road. A lot of good people too, a lot of very good people. But personalities don't match all the time, and people come and go. But at the end of the day, I think now that we have the people we have, it's the smoothest working we've ever had.
Right, yeah. Well, let me ask you guys about that, because y'all been there from the whole time. When did let's say the current leadership, people like Rextasy, Wise Guy, Aiden, when did these people, if I know you're not going to tell me the exact war number, but were they early on? When did they show up?
Aiden and Wise Guy were almost there since the beginning. Aiden's always been like the donator, the top
he's crazy.
Donating most powerful guy that we've had with the big troops. Every clan war he was donating all the wizards and everything. And Wise Guy's been around almost just as long. I want to say it was like one of the first 10 OneHive wars that the two of them came in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know Aiden came. He was referred over by Seal King 6.
Yep.
As soon as he came over with us.
Yeah, Seal King 6 was a Buffalo Raider, and he actually referred Aiden over, I think almost immediately, like Scare said. So Aiden's been around forever too.
Yeah, these are the guys that I knew when I joined 2.0. I would look over at OneHive, sort of looking over at the fence at that time. Not to take anything away from 2.0, but we'll get to that. And I remember just these guys around it. And when I first got to be in the clan, watching these guys and y'all's, it was like. And I know how these people feel that come. It's like you watch those raids and you're like, oh my God, someday I'm going to do that. I'm going to be able to do that. And so did you guys ever feel that way? Or since y'all were here from the start, I guess you grew as it went?
I've been ever since I joined Buffalo Raiders. I've been like that because I've always been the low man on the totem pole. my whole time playing my game to this day is still like that. When I'm looking at you guys, I'm like, oh man, I want to raid like that.
And in complete honesty, man, I still feel the same way. To this day, I look at some people in that clan who the way they raid, even the Town Hall 9s, and you know, some of the stuff they're doing is insane.
It is. It's insane. I have a bit of it too. I try to aspire to that, and Rextasy was my guy. I have to I guess dote on Rextasy a little bit. He was such when I first joined, he was quarterbacking. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He was literally saying, "Here's how you attack this base," and that's how I learned to attack. And all of a sudden, one day, I was not just listening to, "Here's what you're going to do." It was like, "Here's my plan. What do you think?" And he tweaks it. And then the next, a month later, I'm telling people the plans, and it's that growth, and that's what I loved about it when I came over anyway. So I'm sure you guys have got to see the entire growth of it.
Oh yeah, and that's the amazing thing is, in all honesty, man, Rex came in. He's been such a huge part in creating what we've got now. The things that guy's been able to do, and the time he's put into OneHive, it's incredible, dude. He's for sure a student of this game. He kills it, man. I've never in my experiences have I seen someone with that kind of rating ability in this game. Not to jerk at all, but you know.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying. Well, let's in the sake of time, let's transition here. Let's talk about, and Scarecrow, tell us what sort of you're remembering of the transition of power. Deathwish set this up. He was doing it. Give us, we're not trying to bash on anybody, but give us the brief explanation. What happened? How did it change directions?
Well, Deathwish built this with a lot of his personal friends from the Michigan area and stuff, and he created the clan, like we said originally, because he wanted a clan where the leadership and everybody was, dead serious on making their attacks and, doing their part and stuff. And at some point, he started getting preoccupied in his personal life, and started probably needing that break.
Right.
And, he missed quite a few attacks and a couple different wars. And Rextasy actually publicly called him out on Facebook, and he realized, hey, I needed to step away from this and give this my space. And so that's how Deathwish kind of transitioned out, because he, I don't know, I guess he just started getting bored with the game or something.
Right. Well, Mel, who took the reins at that point? Who actually stepped into the leadership role? I know the co-leaders it became leadership by committee almost, but who actually filled those shoes?
Deathwish actually handed the reins over to me right as he left. And it was weird because, like you said, it's all run by committee.
Right.
So anyone who's holding the leader position, even to this day, it's just a word, really. We're all one big leader. It was strange because that leader position puts pressure on you for no reason.
Right.
And it burnt. That's basically what burnt me out. Is just having that position. It's a curse, man. To this day, I still believe it.
I know it. I hear you.
It's been going around too. Everybody that got that leadership position has felt that curse and ended up transitioning that title to somebody else. Because
it is. It's strange.
Yeah.
But I think that's why, and I think we've finally gotten to the point today where we realize it doesn't really matter who holds that leadership, because everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing. Everybody has their different specialties and ways of helping each other out, and it's really just one big family now of learning. Everybody's learning something new from somebody else, no matter what position they're in.
Yeah,
right.
I would agree. Well,
just
go ahead.
I was going to say, just some people don't have that ability to kick and boot and
it's just
people in as all.
Someone's got to do the dirty work basically, and then administrative work. There is that to be done. So that's basically what it is. I think you guys, said that really well. It's leadership by committee. It's everybody. It's a well-oiled machine at this point. Everybody knows what to do. There's not a lot of telling people what to do. It just sort of works. But that's because all the hard work you guys put in for so long and refined it and built it from the ground up. So that's why it works so great. Obviously, there's a 2.0. Tell me about that. Tell me how did that happen? What was the decision? Were you full? Was it just a different style? What was it?
It was a break in leadership. There was a point where we had a couple of co-leaders in the clan that did not agree with some of the other leadership in the clan, and Nemo wasn't really getting along with them, and he wanted to create another branch of OneHive because we were kind of getting full at that point too.
Yeah.
And we were kind of worried about getting to the point where we couldn't accept any more people. And so Nemo decided to take a few people with him and create and not a filler at all, not a filler clan, but a sister clan that operates completely separate from OneHive, but still has the same family as OneHive. So he just went over and created 2.0 and then became the leader of that.
Did he bring? Mel, do you remember this? Did he bring people with? Was it like a group of people that said, "Hey, yeah, we want to do things a little different," or was it just like, "Hey, we're going to expand here"?
I'm pretty sure he brought a few people, and by a few I mean maybe not even five.
Yeah.
He brought a few people over, but here's the thing: we were at that point, and even to this day, we were getting so many requests.
Yeah.
And it got insane. I'm talking where the chat log would be just requests. So at that point, there were so many people ready to just join. Once he opened 2.0, it took no time for it to fill up itself.
Right.
So that's how that worked.
Well, and you guys were undefeated at that time, and I think that was the big thing that, if you were an undefeated clan, you had 20 or more in a row. That was when it was new. Then people wanted to be part of that. There was at least a group of people that want to play like we do that wanted to get in on that. So there's no question, and like you said today, even it's constant. The applications, whether on the website, which Nemo does, the in game, it's constant.
Yeah, all the time. Messages on the forums.
Yeah.
Thank God. I thank God we have our clan closed today. I'm glad that we do that. I think it's way smarter for reasons to have the applications come online. And
I think so. I agree 100%. Agree 100%. Scarso 2.0, they're obviously hugely successful as well. I mean, I actually got my start in there, but have you ever gone over? I think Mill, I think you have for sure. Have y'all gone over and visited ever? Because I mean, it's really cool. The guys over there are awesome.
Yeah, I never did it. I never personally did a whole lot of hopping back and forth between the two clans.
Yeah.
But then again, I never was at that co-leadership position like Milanese, where
Sure.
he was better able to provide advice to people and stuff like that. And so, like Milanese, he would go over to 2.0, give his 2 cents, and help provide some help for some of the other people trying to learn some other techniques and stuff like that. But I didn't do too much of that, so I haven't been able to meet too many people over at 2.0.
The guys over there are awesome, and like I said, I remember when I first joined 2.0. I remember when Mill would bounce over, and it was like, oh my God, the leader at OneHive, he's over here gracing us with his presence. So it was cool, and it gave us a boost to just know that we were part of that. We are two separate clans, but we are still part of the same group.
Oh yeah, same vision for sure.
Same family.
Yeah.
Yep. I've actually done some wars with those guys over there, and they're awesome. Yeah, like you said, they rock, dude. They're a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, those guys. I don't even know how many wins they've got now. It's way high though. Like, what's it? Almost 90 now. I don't know.
They have 85.
85. Yeah, I mean they're just wrecking people.
Yeah.
So
and actually, Nick, who's over at 2.0, he's been around since Buffalo Riders as well. I forgot about him.
Oh wow, cool. Well, shout out to him for real. Yeah, that's cool. Well, let's and I don't want to wrap it up, but let's talk about OneHive today. Talk about, let's say we were talking about it before we started here. My first war with OneHive 1.0 was our first loss, and it was rough. But honestly, I feel like that's almost what separates us from. I talked about it in one of the previous videos. What separates us from some of these other top clans, these 100+ war win clans, is how we handled that loss that we took there, and then the subsequent two. The clan just took it like a champ, man. It's just the people are so mature, and it's not, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about that.
I think that first loss that we got, we started getting really complacent in the sense that we felt like we were unbeatable. There was no way that anybody could possibly beat us. And I think that first loss, we got our, ups and downs with it. We ended up facing a ghosting clan and stuff, but
yeah.
It really put us in our place and made us realize, hey, it still is possible to lose and put us right back up on our game again.
Mill, you remember that, I'm sure.
Oh, I remember that. That loss, like Scare said, things got way too complacent. We haven't really faced anyone who gave us a real challenge at that point. So it was kind of, in all honesty, I'm kind of glad we got that first loss, because it was a very, very low point. But after that loss, I think we gained so much as far as skill, and we kind of got our heads back in the game really fast, and yeah, it's been all uphill.
Well, and that was all. It was pre-update, and it was the ghosting. I remember it. It was constant. It was not that that's the reason they beat us, because I know you guys had beaten ghosters numerous times before that, but it was pretty bad. I mean, it was pretty blatant. Like they were ghosting us all night, just over and over, and trying every base 2 or 3 times, I'm sure, before they actually went in for the attack. But after that, I remember we went on a long streak, and I do remember another rough patch. Not to dwell on these rough patches, but it was when we had a tie and 2 losses within like 5 wars. It was honestly right around the time I started doing videos, and it was. What do you guys attribute that to? Because I remember it, and it was just. I don't know. It just seems like we weren't firing on all cylinders there for a few weeks.
What I think it was at that time when we went through that back gap was, I think the biggest issue was that we were taking in too many people without truly testing their ability. And we would take in people and then they wouldn't use their attacks or something like that.
Right.
And so we'd be facing these tough clans with like 10 brand new people that we haven't even warred with before, because we were just trying to build up our numbers because we wanted to, have more options to attack with.
Right.
And that's the thing is a big part of that too, was like Scare said, we were taking in too many people, but we were taking in too many high-level people, too many like high-level Town Hall 10s. And, when you bring in too many high-level Town Hall 10s that you've never seen raid before, you don't have experience with, that makes the ranking of the wars much higher. And in doing that, these Town Hall 10s couldn't even 1-star another Town Hall 10. So it was all bad.
It does. It hurts you because when you have someone that you, I guess what I'm saying is that the people that are there, the people that have made it, it's like you guys that. Like Scare saying, he was a Town Hall 6. I mean, we grew up in the game. We didn't come in as Town Hall 10s or whatever. We come in at Town Hall 6s, 7s, 8s, and we grew to Town Hall 9s, Town Hall 10s. And I think for some reason those members always seem to be stronger and last longer than some Town Hall 10 that comes in off the street and, oh yeah, I'm awesome. And then you watch his attacks and it's like, oh my God.
Right, exactly. I mean, just because you have big, nice, shiny toys doesn't mean that you're going to do anything with them. That was the big downfall. Is we really cut back on recruiting Town Hall 10s after that, for that reason.
Yeah. Well, and then we went on a tear since then. I mean, maybe one of you guys know the actual number, but literally it's been like, I don't know, 40-something in a row. Is that, do you guys?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I don't know the exact number, but it's for sure in that area.
Yeah.
And hopefully more to come for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know many clans who could really mess with us at this point. And that's just maybe cockiness there, but I just think that's the people we have right now, and the way you guys are rating is completely insane. Like I said, the comps you guys are using, some people don't even know how to use, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, Scare. Go ahead, man.
I was going to say, just building off of him with the comps of everything that we're using nowadays. When we first built OneHive, there was like a very specific set of comp that you would use for a go wipe. You would use a certain number of each individual troop, and same thing with the go wee wee and everything like that. And as we've been able to bring people in who bring other ideas outside of the clan, we've completely rechanged the whole concept of how you build your comps now. And how you build them to the base and not just the comp itself and attack a base with that comp. Now we're like mixing in hogs with these go wives and go wee wees and loons and stuff with them, because a lot of these guys that bring them in and are teaching us stuff that they've learned from outside of our clan. So it's not only our guys like teaching everybody and building them up. It's a lot of these new guys that we're getting that are bringing in outside ideas into our clan too. That's just making it a full circle of learning for everybody.
Yeah, that's a good point, and let's talk about that. Let's talk about the recruits you would get early on versus now. Have you seen a change? Have you seen? Are we getting better out of the box recruits versus OneHive at War 30? I mean, what's y'all's opinion on that?
Most definitely. And like I'm saying now, is it takes a lot more these days to be good at raiding, in my opinion, than back then.
Yeah.
So any recruits we do get, I'm not going to say all of them, but for the most part, the ones I've seen, sometimes we get new recruits and they just are completely on our level at the time, and that's really awesome to have people like that.
Yeah.
But back in the day, man, there is not a lot of practice going on with these people and how they use their compositions, and it was sloppy.
It seemed like back when we initially started this clan, our basis of keeping people in the clan were activity levels, as long as people were willing to learn and that we could instruct. Whereas nowadays, it's people who can help teach us.
Yeah.
Bring it into the clan. I mean, you get these people like Keonage and Angelo and stuff. They're bringing in techniques that we had never seen before. We were like, oh wow, that's an awesome concept. That you guys are showing us.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so
and that just falls back onto Rex. Rex as well came in and he just taught everyone a whole lot. And I'm glad that not every clasher is as good as that guy, because things would be a lot better.
No, a clan full of Rexes, I don't want no part of that. I don't know if I am. Yeah, that's interesting because I learned, I guess because I got to go through it. I learned so much. I thought I was good at this game when I joined 2.0, and then I really thought I was pretty good when I thought, okay, I'm going up to 1.0, and then when I got here, I realized how little I knew about the game. And I get that a lot in the channel. People saying, "Man, I did not realize how in depth it went. I didn't know how far down the rabbit hole you could go. There's a lot more to it, and we are still learning. And there's guys that are coming in that are showing us stuff constantly. So we're not too proud to learn. But I agree with you guys. The way it is now, you got to be pretty good to get in. I mean, I don't know what any way to say it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is, we do the whole trial when we have people come in, and not a lot of people make it. It's just because I think a lot of people get really intimidated once they do get in and see what we're doing here.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Scarecrow, the change that we've seen in that, and it's almost like if you're not moving forward in this game, you're moving backwards, because just in the last, let's say, 2 months, even the bases that we run into that we're going against, they're so much harder and they're different, and they're anti-holo. Once holo came out, it sort of changed the game. We were wrecking bases with holo. Now you don't see that many holo bases.
Yeah, the bases that we're facing now are completely different than before, and that was the same thing with dragons too. I mean, even when I was at Town Hall 8, because again, I've always been lower than you guys, but the bases were starting to realize that Town Hall 8's only attack with dragons, and everybody started making their bases anti-dragon, and I had to find different techniques to add in some other elements to wreck those bases too. And nowadays, every time there's like a go wee wee or a new go wipe, a hollow, or these new hog raids that we do, people are finding ways to like make their bases against those, and so you have to be really creative with the comps that you use.
Yeah, it's a constant. In my opinion, it's a constant cat and mouse. I mean, they change the bases, so we change the comps or the attack strategies, and it's back and forth, and I guess it's what keeps the game interesting. But to me, it just seems like we have. And I'm proud that we're doing it. I think some clans get, okay, we've got holo figured out, so we're awesome now. But they're going to get left behind if there's not innovation, which I think, like you said, new guys come in, they bring it, people in the clan develop it. If you don't have that, you're moving backwards, in my opinion. You're going to get left behind.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Town Hall 9 are the funnest raids, in my opinion, to watch. The stuff that you guys are doing there now is just incredible.
Yeah, I'm biased, but I would agree. I think Town Hall 9 is the best Town Hall.
I think it is too. And I actually just went to Town Hall 10.
Yeah.
And it is fun. It's not a bad Town Hall at all. But I mean, the compositions that you use are pretty much the same every time. Whereas Town Hall 9, I see you guys using some insanely different stuff every time. Valkyries can come into play a lot.
Yeah.
You're using a lot of balloons and hogs and just pretty much everything, man. And luckily Rex is working on this new composition he is, because that looks really fun.
I got to be honest, I'm a little bit scared of that. If those guys figure that out, him, Che, some of the guys that are working on that, if they get that down, I don't know what to do at that point, because if you put your air defense in the center and someone can holo you, and if you bring it out to defend that, then they can Walloon you. But I guess we won't get off on that topic. But that's scary to me.
It is a scary one. I'm very interested to see where that goes.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, sort of wrap it up here with me. Tell me just sort of your thoughts on OneHive going forward from here. What you see happening, what you would like to see happen. Just whatever you want to touch on before we close up. Scarecrow, go ahead, man.
Right now, it's hard to say that OneHive is going to have a whole lot of change in the way that it operates. I'm really more excited than anything to see the new compositions that we use for the various different bases that we're facing now. I love seeing the evolution of these compositions. Just even the little things like adding hogs to the backside of a go wipe attack.
Yeah.
Seeing these new elements is just so much fun, and it brings so much more excitement to the game. It's like, oh man, 'cause now I want to try that and learn that.
Yeah.
So I love every day seeing these new things that are coming out and being able to go and learn more and more from the game.
Well, Scarecrow, do you plan on, do you think this is a long-term game for you? Do you have any, as far as you can see for the foreseeable future, something you're still going to enjoy?
Oh yeah, I'm one of the very few people in the clan that have never ever purchased a single gem in the game.
Wow, I did not know that. That's
so
insane.
I actually want to be the one guy who actually can max the Town Hall 10 without using a single gem.
Dude, I did not know that.
I plan on playing this game for a very long time, even if my entire career is catch up to you guys.
What about you, Mill? What are your thoughts going forward with OneHive and you as in the game?
Going forward, as far as OneHive goes, I'm really excited to see some of the things that Supercell themselves will add to the clan atmosphere. Maybe a quest system, or I don't know. Just there's a whole plethora of things that they can do that would just add so much life to this game, and that's what I'm interested to see.
Yeah.
Any new troops that come out will just change everything. When a Town Hall 11 comes out, there's so much to look forward to, and it's going to be amazing to see 6 months from now what OneHive's doing. As far as personally, I'm just glad to be back. I actually just got back from a break. I'm really happy to be back and just be on the ride with you guys. I'm here for the long haul. So
yeah, I think you guys summed it up well, because it's like you said, it's like a constant. When they come out with a new troop, then all of a sudden, man, a whole new world opens up to that. So I'm like you, Mill. I'm looking forward to what they bring, because Clan Wars is still in its infancy. Think about how little of, was it like 5 months, 6 months it's been out? You're talking about nothing. It's new still. So I think that's exciting for a war clan like OneHive, because there is so much they can do with it.
So much brackets. They can have tournaments, leagues, whatever. Yeah. Man, there's so much.
Yeah, I agree. All right, guys. Well, I hope we didn't forget anything. I hope that the viewers enjoyed this. I really, really appreciate you guys taking the time to do this, because you guys have such a window of knowledge that most of us don't. Most of us have not been here for as long, have not seen all the changes, all the growth. So really want to thank both of y'all for taking a few minutes to sit down and sharing it with all the viewers out there.
Well, we really appreciate you taking the time, to even get this together, because as you said earlier, the people are requesting this stuff. People want to know the history of how this clan became what it is, today. And all the new guys that we get coming into the clan, they all want to know how it got like this, because it's an insane clan with all kinds of different tactics that people have brought in, and it's fun. It brings so much life to the game being here in this clan.
It is, and there's obviously people who are interested in it, because when we first started the channel, it was simply for us. It was a way for us to look back at our wars and remember them and sort of document them. Firelord Jono did a few of them, so I took the idea from him. Just, hey, here's a war recap. Here's what happened. Here's a few good attacks. And it's crazy to me, because I never thought anybody outside of OneHive would want to see it. It was like, okay, this is just for us. And then all of a sudden, it was like Rex was like, okay, make a it's easier to show this dragon attack. We had a lot of town hall 8s at the time. It's easier to show this dragon attack, do a video, and we were going to make it private just for the clan. And I was like, okay, well, why don't we just put it out there? And from there, it's like the growth is crazy to me. So people love watching the attacks, watching you guys do the insane attacks that you do. So hey,
it's insane how big that channel has gotten. I've been in so many other. I visit some other friends' clans while I've been hanging out in 3.0, building my heroes, and I've ran into like random people that are like, oh hey Scarecrow, I've seen you on Jake's videos, man. I saw a couple of your drag loons. I was like, oh wow, really? I'm famous, I guess.
yeah, we're famous in our own minds, I think. But it is, and I'm glad that people like it, and I'm glad. I always tell people and people in the clan say, Jake, congrats, but it's really, to me, it doesn't feel like I'm doing the video editing, but if it wasn't for me being surrounded by these just monster raiders, you guys doing all these things, then what do I have to show? There's nothing. I'd be just another guy showing collector raids or something. So really, to me, it's the clan.
Yep.
It really.
Yeah, I just want to end my note here. I want to say thank you, Jake, for all the fucking time you put into this, doing all these videos. It must take a lot of time out of your day. It's awesome that you do it because I enjoy watching them all, and I know a lot of people do too. And you're helping the Clash of Clans community grow and become better raiders. And also, if anyone out there, you guys want to have a clan like OneHive, you can do it. Just stick to your clan. Don't hop around. Just build it from the ground up. That's how we did it. So you can do it too.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Scary, anything you want to say before we close it out, man?
Yeah, it's kind of weird listening to your voice and not hearing you say, let me take a break for beer.
Well, we've been, yeah, I know. You guys, we've been talking too much. I ain't had time to take a drink of beer. We've been keeping me talking. Listen, I want to thank you guys. I appreciate the kind words. It is a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, but really all that suffers is my farming. So I guess that's a sacrifice I have to make. But I appreciate it. That's right. All right, guys. All you viewers out there, I hope y'all liked it. Again, this was more sort of for the OneHive family, but hey, if you guys enjoyed all the better, I'll roll some awesome attacks in the background while this is going on. So hope you guys enjoy it. Until next time, Jake, Milanese, and Scarecrow from OneHive doing our best to help you guys suck less.